My people, something dangerous is happening in Nigeria politics right now, and many people are not paying attention. Peter Obi, Goodluck Jonathan, Amaechi, he won massive conversation ahead of 2027. In this video, I will show you why Obi's name is suddenly rising again, why Jonathan is being mentioned, and what Amaechi may be planning. If you enjoy honest political analysis, subscribe to IC on Twitter TV, because we say things many people are too scared to say. Now, this is where Nigerian politics is becoming extremely interesting, because suddenly Peter Obi and his running mate, after so many back and forth with coalition, they are now being presented by NDC and their supporters as the sole candidate capable of challenging the current political structure in 2027. Now, whether you support Obi or not, one thing nobody can deny is this: this political influence has refused to disappear after the 2023 election. At the same time, former President Goodluck Jonathan continues to maintain what many people describe as a silent but powerful political influence behind the scene. The PDP screening committee cleared him on waiver to contest for 2027 election. What Jonathan has not said publicly may actually be more important than what other politicians are saying openly. You never can tell. Well, we'll see. Well, it's just a few months to 2027. Well, we'll see how democratic our democracy is. Stay with me, because the final part of this discussion may explain why some politicians are already repositioning quietly for 2027. Now, this morning we saw this video of Peter Obi being interviewed. That's the video. Journalists asked him that former President Goodluck Jonathan is reportedly coming out to contest for the 2027 election. A lot of people are afraid that he might reduce your chance. Well, Obi responded and said democracy is about people offering themselves for services and being voted for. I am not in any way going around looking at who is contesting. I'm concentrated on how to build a better Nigeria. And the video be that. Well, we'll play it shortly. Well, he also added that his priority ahead of 2027 presidential election is to build a united, secure, and prosperous Nigeria through inclusive governance anchored on the constitution of constitutional principle of federal character. According to him, Nigeria must become secure enough for citizens to move freely without fear, while families should no longer live in anxiety over insecurity and buying of their people.
The coming of former President Goodluck Jonathan into the fray, a lot of people are afraid it's a ploy to actually diminish your
candidature in the start.
No, he actually I'm not aware of that, but democracy is about people offering themselves for service and being voted for. I'm not in any way going around looking for who and who is contesting. I'm concentrating on how to build a better Nigeria.
How will you build a better Nigeria, sir? In few words, just tell us how you build a better Nigeria.
By first uniting the country, because it's not a united country today. We have to govern the country by the Constitution of Nigeria, which stipulates that there's a federal character where you have to make sure that it is inclusive. The country must be united. The country must be secured.
But what some Northerners politicians are allegedly discussing behind closed doors may completely change this 2027 conversation. You never can tell, we don't know. And this is why coalition talks are becoming more serious by the day. Different political blocs appear to be searching for one strong alliance capable of confronting President Tinubu political structure in 2027. And we don't know how that is going to be. While the opposition is still negotiating alliance, President Tinubu and the APC are also making strategic political calculation quietly behind scenes. Because Tinubu understands that 2027 may not be an easy election, especially if a united opposition eventually may emerge. And this is where Amaechi suddenly becomes a very important figure in all of these. What Amaechi may be planning politically could completely change the direction of this entire conversation. You never can tell. Amaechi may not be speaking loudly right now, but in politics, silence can sometimes be more dangerous than noise. But according to Vanguard News, Amaechi says he not buy form to become vice president. And the post be that. Well, make we see the video, the interview when he do for Trust TV. Let's watch.
Many thought that you people will agree under ADC to a consensus. Maybe one of you will just go, then the other one, maybe most likely you, as a vice presidential.
Will you stop that nonsense?
No, it's not nonsense. People are saying it.
Idris, stop that.
No.
Stop that.
I'm in front.
Idris, please stop that.
Will you take? Okay, let me put it the other way. Will you
that.
accept to be vice president?
Please stop that. I didn't buy form to be vice president. Don't you ever repeat. Don't you ever.
I'm not saying it. It is people who are working for you. I mean,
who are the people? I can show you millions of people who are also thinking that. Who are those talking about?
This is without prejudice to you being eminently qualified to go for the ticket.
Idris.
Yes.
This interview is about presidency. If you want to interview vice president, can I step down so I can get the vice presidential candidates and interview them?
Oh, no, I don't want you to go. I want you to answer the questions. Maybe you tell Nigerians that at no
if you want to interview,
you will accept that.
If you want to interview vice president, can I step down so I can bring vice president?
We will bring them later. You know, it's like a debate.
The form
I'm representing Nigerians, Your Excellency.
So when you're ready to interview vice president, you go and call them.
Okay. Have you met and discussed consensus?
We have not met.
Well, now the video be that. You know they shall talk. You know they shall talking you. If they talk them small. Since everybody get plan, if say get plan. And when experienced politicians suddenly become quiet, it usually means calculation are happening behind closed doors. And this is why many political observers are paying attention to possible Northern Alliance growing tension inside the APC. And the rise of anti-Tinubu political camps ahead of 2027. Within the APC itself, not everybody appears completely satisfied with the current political direction of the party. Yes, now, the way that they drop all of them for primaries, you know, there's something good soap. Well, some powerful figures are believed to be quietly repositioning themselves politically, waiting for the right moment before making major moves. Now, whether this internal disagreement eventually becomes a real political rebellion is another question entirely. And I know some people are praying for that rebellion to happen very, very quick. But Amaechi remains one of the few politicians with national structure, strong political experience, and deep connection across different regions of Nigeria. And if he eventually decides to fully align himself with a broader opposition coalition, the APC could face a serious internal pressure going into 2027. Because elections are not won only with popularity. You know that. They are won with alliance, structures, negotiation, and strategic timing. But the real political tension may not even be inside APC. It may actually be happening inside PDP. And the final political calculation, Tinubu may be making behind the scene. It could surprise a lot of Nigerians. Yes, could be doing a lot behind the scene. The truth is, 2027 may become one of Nigeria's most unpredictable elections ever. Alliances are changing, old enemies are talking again, and new power blocks are quietly forming behind the scene. The question is, can anyone truly challenge Tinubu politically? That's what we want to know. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let's know, can any political alliance, coalition, and all of that, can they challenge this man? I don't want to know. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, IC on Twitter TV, where we bring it to you very raw and unfiltered. See you next time.
As you know, the party had already given our presidential aspirant the waiver. like I said in the beginning, that he was deputy governor, became governor, became vice president, became president, so we didn't see anything that needed cleaning. And therefore, the party had given him waiver to come to site following. In other words, he has been cleared and cleared as the candidate of the PDP for the presidential election, and that is President Jonathan. The other waiver is also for the former deputy governor and ambassador and the secretary of the party, Taufik Arakwaya, who for many reasons have to be in Ibadan or in your state to ensure that everything is gone. So we also declared him as been given a waiver by the party.